Hey, what's up, Envy Gang? And we got breaking news. Stan Van Gundy has now become the new New Orleans Pelicans head coach. So he agrees to a deal to coach the New Orleans Pelicans. Now, what does that mean for Zion? What does that mean for Lonzo Ball and the organization as a whole? Well, if you're new to my channel and you haven't hit that subscribe yet, hit that subscribe. I talk all things New Orleans Pelicans, Lonzo Ball, Zion Williamson, basketball related things. So if you like those things, hit that subscribe. Now, Stan Van Gundy to me is a defensive coach, and this is what that team needs. The team needs defense. Throughout this regular season, especially that 13-game losing streak, the crux of the team is defense. It's not offense, it's a defense. So I'm glad that they got a defensive coach. Now, is this maybe the best coach for the team? It's hard to say. A lot of people were holding out for, let's say, maybe Mike D'Antoni, who's a great offensive coach, but what this team doesn't need is more offense. It needs more defense. So he's the new coach for the Pelicans. His last coaching stint was with the Pistons, and before that it was with the Magic. So we'll see. And he took that Orlando Magic team to the finals. So that's when they had Dwight Howard. So he's not really known as a player's coach. He's more known as an authoritative, and he's a hard-nosed coach. But I think he can bring out the defensive side of Zion, because a lot of people love to get caught up in the highlights and things like that. But Zion on defense was bad. Zion can be a good help defender, but Zion is not a defensive player, even though he has the tools to be one. Same thing with Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram should be a way better defensive player than what he is. He has all the tools for it, but they've never had a defensive coach. Same thing with Lonzo Ball. Lonzo Ball kind of hangs his hat on his defense. Same thing with Drew Holiday, but the team never really had a defensive identity. So having a defensive coach, I hope will be good. Another thing too, going back to that 13-game losing streak, when you go back to previous interviews with the Pelicans, who was holding who accountable? I think it was JJ Redick, or was it Drew? Someone was saying like, yo, the locker room be quiet. So we need a coach that's going to hold the players very accountable, to be that vocal leadership you need from a coach. Another thing too, he's a defensive coach, so he's going to bring in the defense. I don't know what offensive schemes he's going to have, but I'm just glad the Pelicans have a coach, because all those coaching spots were getting filled up. So I'm glad that we have a coach. And he did lead the Magic to the 2009 NBA Finals. So he does have like that playoff experience, and that's something that we need, because this young team, I don't think anybody on this team, except for maybe Derek Favors and Drew Holiday, who's made a few playoff runs, they haven't been deep into the playoffs. So I'm glad that we have a coach for that. Now, what does this mean for Lonzo Ball? So far, Lonzo's experience with coaches has been pretty bad. Lonzo has not had the best choice of coaches. Luke Walton was a horrible coach. Alvin Gentry was an okay coach, but we still had the same issues with Luke Walton, a coach that didn't believe in Lonzo. Will Stan Van Gundy believe in Lonzo? I heard rumors earlier on that they needed a coach that will fully believe in, like, are you on board with Lonzo Ball? Like, will Stan Van Gundy let Lonzo Ball run the offense? Let that be Lonzo's team to control? We'll see. A lot of Lonzo's success is going to be due to who's going to be the coach. One reason why I liked Mike D'Antoni as a possible choice was because he takes all the point guards that he plays with and he elevates them to a whole new level. Think of Jeremy Lin Sanity. Think of James Harden. Think of Steve Nash. Like he elevates the point guards. Like he just makes them more dynamic. So that's one reason why I wanted Mike D'Antoni. But we got Stan Van Gundy. There's more than enough talent on this team to make it to the playoffs. Now that we have a head coach, what we really need is something at that 5 spot. So hopefully during this offseason, we can do something to get that 5 spot. Either a stretch 5 or a big defensive center. So we'll see who's on the market for that. But it's for all to envy. Stan Van Gundy's the new head coach. Like, comment, subscribe. Envy gang, I'm out.